Face crack, runway game is on. Drag race is the truth. Bruno sue me for this parody. You read it, the cringes. You read it well, the cringe is real. Welcome back. I am Sam from The Cringe is Real.
And I am Jean from You Read It Well. And we are looking at the 6th episode of UK versus the World Season 2. We are just ploughing through this season with a bunch of excellence, I have to say, just on display.
Time flies when you're having fun, Jean. Yeah, look, another good ep. I didn't think this challenge was like the best one. Not my favorite so far. Kind of made this ep feel like a little bit filler, but I still enjoyed the dolls.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it when it was playing out, but it was very much in that, like, you know what's happening, like paint by for numbers, kind of like a classic Drag Race episode, you know? So, yeah, in that way. And I don't think there were any real surprises, really, with any of the outcomes or that kind of thing.
Like, Marina's there. So it's like, I wonder who's going to slay the fuck out of this challenge this week. It's like, they even said it, like the judges are like, oh, like you kept up with Marina, Hannah. Like,
yeah, it was like having like a professional ballroom dancer and a bunch of contestants from Strictly Come Dancing, isn't it? It was like Marina was the professional and then there was everyone else.
So the episode starts with a tearful Marina who's, you know, just eliminated her sister Gothy, which, look, Gothy had a great time. I think she had a few more eps than she was expecting to get, so can't be too mad. And they do a sad roar in her honour.
Yeah, it was Gothy's time to shine out of. Gothy couldn't have asked for anything better as far as a showcase of like your personality, which is basically 70% of Drag Race. So, like, well done to Gothy Kendall.
She did very well. Hannah said it was the perfect ending for Gothy, and she's really happy that the world got to see a little bit more Gothy this time, which was a nice way to put it. And then Choriza gets teary and has a little sad moment. She's like, these are happy tears. I'm so grateful you've saved me, Marina. And then she tells us that she's been saved twice before this as well. So I'm kind of like, is she running out of second chances?
Yes. The answer is like quite simply yes. Like, I think once you get to the second bottom, you're like, okay, now I've seriously got to shine right now. Otherwise, it's just game over. You know. So yeah, yes, her head is like on the chopping block.
Yeah, very rarely do we get someone who's been in the bottom like 4 times. I think we've just seen. Did you watch season 16 this week?
Mm-hmm.
With Maya Iman LePage? Like, she was like, I've been in the bottom 4 times. I was like, what? And you're still there? Like, wow. That's wild.
Unbelievable.
So that doesn't happen that often. Yeah, but 3, I think 3 is like, you can pretty much say goodbye at that point. Yeah. But they're playing really fair, aren't they? With the lipstick limbs. Like, no one's done a crazy take out a huge player thing just yet anyway. I feel like it could be coming.
It's been one of the fairest general all-stars I can kind of remember in terms of like the storytelling and the maths and like who's getting rewarded. There's definitely no like, I'm just going to take her out for, you know, the brutality of it all and like, you know, so I can get further. That just seems to not be on the table this season. So it's I guess it has to come eventually, right? Because we're going to get down to just like some really fantastic queens in that final little bit. So I don't know.
There's a bit later on we'll get to with Scarlett about that. But so they ask Tia who was on her lipstick, and she's like, oh, I chose Jumpers again, which was good. And then she goes, no, of course I chose Gothy, and then makes a lovely joke about Gothy having a big dick.
Well,
was
you know,
cute.
You know what they do on Drag Race? They will always let you know if one of the queens has a big
Oh,
dick. Like, you know,
yeah.
that is always a bit of tidbit that will come out on international television and then recorded for all time. I
Yeah.
mean, amazing.
Evie Oddly comes to mind. Well, you know,
Exactly.
they spend all that time with each other in the workroom and
Yeah.
whatnot. La Grande Dame talks some big talk at this point. She's like, I've had it with Marina, just winning everything, because La Grande Dame wants a fucking badge, mama. So she's like,
Yeah.
let's get Marina out of here.
It feels like it seems weird that La Grande Dame hasn't had been like a winner for a little while,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because like she's so fucking good, like, you know.
You're right. She started
Yeah.
strong and then now she's been kind of safe a bit. But yeah, wild. The level of talent
Yeah,
is just next level. So
it is. It is
you
next
gotta
level.
keep up. In the workroom, they walk in and do a cute little Miss Universe pose a la Marina. And then Marina's like, I
Marina
have.
is like
Yeah.
setting the tone.
Oh, yeah. She's
I
like,
reckon Marina's setting the tone.
so much. She
Yeah.
goes, what a day to be gay. I have 2 badges. Y'all can suck it. And then we see Hannah has a badge of her own. It's president of the Safe Club.
I'm seeing some merch opportunity here for
So
Hannah
I
Columba.
would buy a badge.
I love the way. I would 100% buy a badge or even a shirt that said President
The
of the
Safe Club.
Safe Club.
What a good sport. Like, only Hannah could take that.
Yeah.
Take being safe every week and turn it into like a genuinely positive thing instead of being a salty little biatch.
Yeah. Hannah should write the handbook on attitude to Drag Race. Like, honestly, like her attitude this season has been like perfection, like not missing any opportunities, being present, enjoying
Being
the time,
motherly when
you
she
know.
needs to be. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Miss Congeniality of this season, I would say. Already, even if, I don't know, do they even do that anymore? But I feel like that's what she is.
Yeah.
She's almost won a badge a few times, but I mean, good luck lip syncing next to the likes of Marina Summers. It's like, who's gonna do
Marina
that?
is just in a class of her own. When she's doing that lip sync, you go, oh yeah, you do this every night. You know exactly how to approach a song. You understand drama. You understand humor. Like, it's just like, then she can also just like flip around and do splits, which by the way, she hasn't even done that much. She's like been really reserved on the
She's smart.
shenanigans and
She knows what she's
acrobatics.
doing. She's keeping
Yeah.
some tricks up her
Yeah.
sleeve. Scarlett points out that Hannah and Choriza are the only 2 girlies without a badge, so they better watch out. Enter Rue. Rue comes in, and the challenge is a challenge inspired by Strictly Come Dancing, which, as we know, huge deal in the UK.
Huge.
It's their Dancing with the Stars, but I feel like it's bigger almost.
Oh yeah, it's like that's one of those shows that permeates their entire culture or something. And just even the name of it, Strictly Come Dancing. It's just very.
It's just Strictly, or just Strictly. Yeah,
just Strictly. It's just very
just
British.
Strictly.
It's very. It's just it makes me laugh. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
But in a shocking twist, and this is the bit where I was a bit like, ooh. Was it the half and half drag that we've kind of known to tolerate through this show?
There's only 2 genders. There's only 2 genders.
There's only 2 genders, and we have to do. Look, I just think it's done. We've seen it on the show. RuPaul seems to keep bringing it back, so clearly, like, she loves it. But I don't know. How do you feel about half and half drag?
I don't know. Like, it just. I mean, it feels like we've done a lot of it. I don't know that it was like really entirely necessary for this particular challenge. Like, I liked that they paired them together, and so I guess that's why they were doing it. But it could have been cool if they had to have worked with a dance partner who's an actual professional that could, like Strictly Come Dance,
Strictly
like Strictly Come
style.
Dancing style. You know.
That's
Strictly. And
Strictly.
so I like I don't know, like then that would have been like, okay, well you're the girl or the boy, whatever you want to be. Like it's like they have to be. I don't know. It feels a little like 10 years ago, doesn't it?
It does. And look, when a queen, it's from their own volition to do a half drag look like we've seen before, and they that's what they want to do, like sure, but forcing it on everyone as the challenge, I'm like, oh, and then like neither half looks good. And then you spend the whole time just trying to like watching this dance later. It's chaos. You're like, who is that? What side are they on now? Like, oh, like I get the idea, but for me, it's a bit messy. It doesn't quite work.
Yeah, I think it has to be done quite elegantly and specifically in a drag context. The look and very finely for it to kind of work. You know, I don't know.
Well, yeah, and like I think of Silky in whatever All Stars that was, where she did Barbie Girl, but that works because there's a deep male part of the song and a high pitched female voice that's on. That's the whole shtick, so it kind of like worked.
Yeah, and Silky did it in the campest, gayest, most ridiculous way possible. The man was so fucking gay, like it was great, you know. Like,
yeah, totally. So Marina, as the winner from last week, gets to pick the matchups and assign the genres of dance to the pairs, and she does it based on height, which I thought was cute. It's a good stay congenial and make sure that everyone looks good.
Yeah,
did she play that right?
I think so. I mean, there's just some real height disparity in this cast. So, like, I think it just sort
really
of like
is.
I'm sure the
I think she looked around. Yeah. It would have been kind of funny though if they did have the Chihuahua Great Dane matchups, but no, she wanted equal pairings of height. Tia is a bit shady here. She's like, "Oh, I don't really want to go with Le Grand Dame because she can't dance," which I was like, I don't know about that. I've seen some videos online of her sashaying down a drain pipe. That's pretty fucking cunt. But anyway,
I feel like they're a similar level, like Tia and they seem like a similar level of dance ability. So it seems weird that Tia would say that.
Because of everyone there, I was most worried for Tia because she is not known for being a dancer. Whereas I feel like Le Grand Dame can.
She's a giraffe.
Yeah, they've got Le Grand Dame can make it up a bit more. So unfortunately, the giraffes are paired together, doing the tango. Scarlett and Choriza get the quick step, and Hannah and Marina are doing the samba.
No, it was the Le Grand Dame did the quick step. They did the quick step. Le Grand Dame and Tia.
Oh, did they? Did I get that wrong? Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. They got the quick step. You're absolutely right.
Because it was like legs.
And it was tango for Choriza.
Yeah. That's where there was like no drama.
They were quick step drops. Hannah is stoked to be with Marina. I think, look, they all just want to be with Marina because she's the dancing diva. But then Hannah tells us as well her family are ballroom dancers.
So I'm like, oh my God. So Hannah Conda grew up in the film Strictly Ballroom. Is this what's happening? Like I was like, what's going on? Like, are you Paul Mercurio?
Pretty much.
Except she wasn't allowed to dance, we find out. Or wasn't, wasn't sort of just watching from the sidelines. Because she said her father as well, like mum and dad and sibling. Amazing.
I think so. Yeah. It was. They talk about having to take some scissors to a wig in order to make the half illusion work. And they're like, oh,
I love that.
Poor wig. Le Grand Dame calls out Tia for being skeptical about working with her. She's like, what was that about, bitch? You were throwing some shade at me. And Tia's like, oh, no. Tia feels, that she's been in the top the last 3 weeks and that's being overlooked, which I think that's where you want to be, right? You want to be like silently killing it with no one wanting to take you out, because Marina is like a target.
I know. Marina's going to get into trouble if she's ever in the bottom, which doesn't seem will ever happen. But like, if she does, it's.
But if she does, I worry for her.
Big time, big
Because
time.
someone could take their chance.
Yeah, you definitely want to like
Anyway.
have a good showing, but not make too much drama in All Stars, isn't it? Like it's sort of like a weird balancing act that you're trying to like. I want to seem like I'm doing well and be thing, but I don't also want a target on my back. Like it's like, can you be all the things? Who knows?
Exactly. They do dance practice with Strictly's own Jeanette Manorata. And I love that. This is really awkward bit here where she walks in. She's like, I'm Jeanette Manorata. And Scarlett goes, yes, you are. I'm like, are you being a facetious little cunt here? Or is it, yeah, anyway. Like, yes, you are.
Americans love not knowing stuff.
I didn't know she was either. And her super hot husband comes out as well, and all the girls have a little frothy moment. How'd they go in practice? Scarlett and Choriza were first, and we get some edits of Choriza not being super confident. Were you worried for her in this moment?
Yes. I was worried for Choriza from word go, because like she hasn't locked in to the competition, and we've talked about it every week. And I think what's nice for this episode is like, even though she doesn't succeed, we see her finally that sort of humor and fun of Choriza, that we're like, oh, there you are. And it was cool that it came through this challenge, but this is not her wheelhouse at all. So I was like, oh boy, yeah, you are going down.
You're so right. Yeah. She finally showed up to the party this week, like in terms of bringing her personality that we love. But it was just too late because we wanted that from the start. But yeah, I'm glad that she got in some funny little bits in this episode. But dancing, not the forte.
And the tango is hard. The tango is hard as well. Like it is so, if you're a clown and it's like, we need this drama in tango, and Choriza is a clown, a clown's clown, you know?
Oh, absolutely. This was a tough one to do. You can't just fudge your way through it. Like dance is a whole nother skill set, which, you trained or you haven't. So, so Marina and Hannah, they pick it up quite fast. And Hannah says Jeanette is a great teacher. And you can just tell they're going to be fine.
Yeah, I was not worried for Hannah at all. Like musical theatre like nerd, so like that just translates. But Hannah just wants to do well and wants to show well and is like comfortable and ready. So I was like, she's going to be fine, as long as it's not too complicated. And it was definitely, they were lucky to get this. I think they've made a very good choice with the samba. I think it was definitely probably the best choreographed dance that was allocated.
Agreed. The quick step giraffes also pick it up okay, but not as quickly as the other groups. They sort of, we're told that they take a little bit longer. Tia has a good line here. She goes, quick step isn't a lie. There are many steps and all of them are quick.
Tia can stay forever. Like, as far as I'm concerned, everything Tia says, like, she's just so great. Like, she's just the best. I love her.
They're all having fun. It's great to see. Mirror Talk, Real Talk. Yep. They have a really interesting conversation here about gay slang and the use of pronouns and things in different languages, because, a lot of those Latin languages, including Spanish, where every object is gendered. So in order to be inclusive, they've kind of come up with their own way of doing that, which is cool. Marina tells us about in the Philippines how there's different words and slangs that are used to different people. I really liked this. I actually kind of wish it was, I've never said this on my life, Jane, but I wish the Mirror Talk Real Talk was a bit longer here. I was interested in sensation.
It is interesting. And I've always thought of it because, like, having a bit of a Italian under my belt and stuff, like, I'm like, how are
Yeah.
they even doing this in Italy, which is a pretty Catholic conservative country for the most part? Like, like, so it is interesting to hear about, like, that those cultures that aren't always immediately apparent in those countries. So, yeah, like, because there's so much discourse in English as well, like, about it, like, that it's just almost like exhausting.
Oh,
And
in,
I
in
wonder how
no
then.
in no way have we in no way has the English speaking world nailed this either. So that's why it was interesting to hear how it's happening, because language is culture, and the kind of, yeah, the way that evolves is quite fascinating, and especially in a show about queer culture, but also people from around the world. I thought it was good. They finally got a good discussion topic. It
They're
wasn't
like,
just tell us about your parents hating you or whatever, you know, trauma dump.
yeah. I mean, they've got such an incredible opportunity here with Asia and France and, like, all these places being represented. Like, let us into their worlds, please. We want to go to drag in Philippines. Like, tell us how to do that. It's good to see.
I loved Choriza tells them about a phrase that's kind of like yes bitch or whatever in Spanish, but
Yeah,
it's like appropriated from like mask hetero culture in the countryside.
yeah,
Loved that. Like,
yeah.
very funny that they've kind of reclaimed that. Kind of like gays here being like, oh, bro, like kind of pretending to mask it up for fun. I
It's
liked
very
that.
cool. Very, very cool. Yeah.
And then, oh, this was cute too. Teresa also is excited. She's got a bed to crash in every continent now from this show. She's like, I can't wait to come and stay in all your houses for free. I was like, yes, do that.
She's like, and I'm saying this on camera,
Yeah.
so it's a verbal contract. That's
Even
recorded.
even on her way out later, she like looks at Hannah and she's like, I'm still cool to like date your place in Sydney. Yeah, like it was really funny. Um,
Oh my God.
Tia and Legrand Dame are going to hang out in Paris. And this is when we get the kind of, they alluded to this last week in the promos. It was like, ooh, Tia and Legrand Dame having a bit of, we now kind of see it's all a bit of fun, which I was like, nah. Do you think there's anything real going on here behind the joke?
I don't think so. But look, you can't put it past them. But it doesn't quite seem like they that. I mean, they're both tallies. I mean, two tallies together. I don't know.
I think maybe,
Yeah, no, I think they're just playing it
yeah,
up.
I think if anything, like maybe Tia is like semi genuinely interested, but Le Grand Dame doesn't give much away. She's got that French aloof thing going on, so I
No,
don't know what's going on in there.
yeah. Look, I don't blame
Mm.
Tia. Le Grand Dame is hot.
Stunning, stunning, stunning. We hit the
Yeah.
main stage, and the guest judge is dancer Motsi Mabuse, and of course, I feel like she was only brought here for this one joke about Rue saying Mabuse is on fire. Uh,
Well, fair. They know what Rue likes.
for being here, we've done the joke about your name, and you can leave. Michelle also reminds us that she was robbed on Strictly, and of course she's done Strictly because she's done every show in the UK.
She has done every show in the UK.
And then now, did you see as well this past week her little press circuit for Drag Race Down Under season 4? I'm loving that she's getting involved in a way that
Would never.
Rue could never and would never. Like doing a little press circuit in Australia,
Yes.
that show at the Universal or whatever with Queen Kong. Loved that. Like, really loved to see her getting on board.
Yeah, like,
as the new face of Down Under.
make our freaking series legitimate, like, there's legitimately talented people in Down Under, and I think I'm actually really excited for this announcement of Michelle, as the host, because I think maybe even just the fact that she's spent more time in the UK, I think her ear is a little, maybe just the tiniest bit more tuned in, but it also means that we're probably going to be getting another or more representatives in the judging space that are Australian and New Zealand, which, you know, I think it really helps, because like when we've got the two Americans there, God bless them, they know so much, but sometimes they just don't
Oh,
know what the fuck we are going on about.
and unfortunately, yeah, exactly. And the best part of Australian drag is those nuanced jokes that we all get.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's like that's why the show hasn't been good, because they had those in jokes haven't really been rewarded throughout the competition, because sometimes they're not connecting. So yeah, I think having one less American, it's going to help. We shall see.
Yeah. We will see. We will see.
They do the dance. What do you think of the dance? I have no notes on the dance performance, because I was like, yep, there it is. There it is. They did it.
I thought it was quite entertaining, you know, for like, you know, what it is, you know. I actually liked
Yeah.
the music that I was hearing. I was like, well, this isn't terrible, and like I think it lends itself quite well to Drag Race. I don't know that they were all the choreography was like born equal as a like, I think each one was slightly like, I was like, oh, that one's like I think Samba was good, you know. I thought that Tango was like, I don't know if it was it's probably just the skill set, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I guess it was a bit sort of just a
There are a
shitload
lot
of
of
legs
legs flying
everywhere, wasn't
around.
it?
I just thought, like, you're right. I liked the songs, and I liked that we got
Yeah,
RuPaul songs that weren't peanut butter and
yeah.
Sissy That Walk. Like, I'm glad we got some B-sides, and the remix was really good. The medley was good, and yeah, it was well choreographed. I don't know. I'm not like a classic dance enthusiast. It's not really why I'm interested in this particular program. So yeah,
Yeah, I certainly don't know my like, look, you know, I've seen Strictly
yeah.
Ballroom as a is that a paso
Is
doble?
that a
Yes,
festival?
that's yes. Play a paso doble. Yeah, you call that a paso doble? Like that's all I know. Like, you know, I didn't do ballroom dancing, so I'm not able to really judge. But also, like only two of them probably did well, you know, and the rest were just like, you guys have great
Yeah,
personality, you know.
they were
Don't
fine.
you
And then
think?
again, I'll say it again. I was distracted by the half drag. It's distracting. It's not. It doesn't lend itself to a captivating on-screen performance. I think it just made it look messy.
Yeah. I think it probably would have been more interesting for them to have, yeah, like them just be the female illusion or something, and then just have the male
Yeah,
partner, you know, and that could have been
because
the
like, did they make these looks as well, or like clearly these looks were like provided or
yeah,
something, because
which
they were all matching. I don't know. I didn't like it. It was
it wasn't.
giving like, yeah,
Yeah, and there was like a gold pairing, and then there was a sort of like creamish kind of silvery kind of one, and then there was a red, I think, and it was all like two of them looked too similar. Like I don't know. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it wasn't. They all do such great looks as well, so it was kind of
mm,
annoying to sort of see them in, and even like, you know, the male. There's always that tendency with the male side for it to be that sort of just extremely powdered kind of like white, sort of like with the thin mustache, you
yeah,
know. I mean, I understand, because
yeah.
it's just it's more of that, it's the
Because what else do
contrast.
you do?
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
create the contrast, and so you're like, okay, you know, like, I mean, who did it well, really? Was it who did it well on US Drag Race? Someone's done it well, like,
I can't
surely.
remember. It's been done a few times. They've also had, yeah, challenges where they've had to do it, and then sometimes people choose to do it
That's right.
across all the franchises. And yeah, I think you've got to commit. It works when they're dancing on their sides, and I get that's why it was choreographed in this way as well, so that they
Yeah,
were profile. You can always still kind of see in the background like the other side. Like, it never looks cleanly. Like, what I'm
yeah,
saying is, it's the least of both worlds, and you never get to appreciate one good
yeah.
look. I don't know.
I
It's the
think
hill
that's
I'm going
why
to
it
die on,
worked.
Jane.
It's like with Silky, I think it worked because the way that song plays out, Silky could very specifically reveal the other side of the face. You know what I mean? Like she was able to do it in a way.
It's
And you just
also
like
her profile is you can't see all the way around.
Yeah, well, I mean, facts are facts.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Runway theme this week. Loved this theme though, so I'll quit my whinging
Fantastic.
now. Business in the front, party in the back. What a fucking good theme.
Fantastic.
So good.
Fantastic.
Should we start with Marina Summers? What do you think of the karaoke machine?
I died.
Fucking squealed.
I was squealing. At the front looks so amazing. Like her business bitch looks so amazing. Like that shoulder. I was just like, oh, why does she just wears clothes in a way that no one else in the show
And the hair?
does?
I was dying with that hair. It was perfect.
But then like she's just that little like microphone, and you're like, oh yeah, and then it's like game on. Like again, that ear to the ground, that window into Asia, because karaoke is so fucking huge over there, and definitely a business bitch thing that you would do, taking clients out at like
perfect.
10 o'clock at night.
Oh, it's
perfect.
It's Filipino culture, but it's also like hilarious and fashion and something. It was
super camp.
One of my favorite things I've seen on this show, like honestly. And the way she did the reveal, microphone first, and then, oh hey, I'm a karaoke machine. Like, wow.
Yeah.
And also a little bit of Ru ass kissing as well, with having a Ru song being on the screen.
It's a working karaoke machine, guys. Like it looked like it could have worked. Like I swear to you.
I think it did.
Wow, Marina.
So good. And then that juxtaposed with poor Hannah carving a cat in a suit. I was like, oh no.
This is my least favorite Anaconda look, maybe ever. Like, I don't know what is going on. I love her camp and her theater and her silly. But this was all the elements out of place. Like I hated the color, the texture. Then on the back,
I want to contact that fabric store and ask them to never stock that fabric ever again.
Ever.
Like, wow.
I hated the tail. I hated and then the stuff pinned on the back that then just sort of weirdly said like gay rights or something.
No, it's gay rats. Now gay
rats. I get it.
They asked her to go through it all. They were like, "What is this?" She's like, "Oh, it's because when the cat's away, the mice will play." And so she had love cheeses or something. Like it was actually kind of hilarious, but so bad.
Yeah, no, the worst thing she's ever worn on television, I have to say. Like Hannah usually always looks good, even if it's like not my favorite of like the. But this was no. It's a big no. No.
Scarlett looked beautiful in her Barbara Streisand inspired chic pant dress thing, and then the art, which it's a bit of a easy out for Party in the Back, but I liked it.
I did. I just think she did it well, and I also liked the extreme of the makeup. Like it was like this gloss drag extreme Barbara. Like it looked fab. Really good.
It was. She can paint, and like, just the way she realizes a look is great, and she's kind of like, I don't know, a little bit underrated in this competition, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think it's just been a really strong comp, but she does keep delivering some pretty great stuff.
Yeah, she brings it to you every ball.
Mm-hmm.
Choriza May in a 60s little camp devil in her signature offensive color palette.
Her signature, for some reason that no one understands. Like, no, I do not understand how this works with your brand. Why are you the devil? Like, you don't even seem that devilish to me. You seem like a clown. You're more of a clown than a devil. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. No. Look, I didn't hate it. I actually cute look, and the gag of having her dildos fly out of her bag everywhere was kind of funny. But like, it just I don't know. We've seen it before, and as Michelle says, it's like there's branding and then there's just doing the same thing all the time, and like we want to see something else. Yes. Le Grand Dame was a stunning bride
Oh,
with guns and weapons and things in glittery red attached to her back. I thought it was stunning. Is there a reference I'm missing though?
I wasn't entirely aware of what the reference was. I was like, is this Hunger Games? Is this like, I was trying to work out like,
I was like, was it the Red
yeah.
Wedding from Game
Because
of Thrones? I don't know. It was like
I actually thought she
beautiful.
was going down the Kill Bill route because I could see that was something behind her.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I was like, oh, she's gonna bring out some swords or something. And then I was like,
Samurai
oh
swords, yeah.
no. But like the thing with Le Grand Dame is she always looks so fucking unbelievably beautiful. Like it's hard to be like, oh, you didn't nail the brief because she looks so it's
Well, that's the thing. I think that's the thing. She didn't nail the
no,
brief this time,
no,
but and because she is a really conceptual person, she's always pushing the boundaries, which is
yeah,
great. But then every now and then something like this happens where you're like, oh, this was the one where we wanted something camp.
yeah, yeah,
You know, like Party in the Back, you do something
yeah,
camp, but she did fashion,
yeah.
a little bit too fashion.
A bit subtle for this category. I think they
Yeah,
want.
I'm surprised no one had a mullet on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like there's lots of butt reveals and yeah, just yeah, it was
Yeah,
interesting.
lots of muds. Tia Coffee looked stunning in her Saint Sebastian inspired look.
Mm.
I think this is the best she's ever looked.
I'd have to agree. I love that color on Tia.
Oh,
Absolutely beautiful. But also like the concept and the reference was strong, and that I think that's the difference between say her and Le Grand Dame. Like
Le
there was
Grand
just a
Dame. Yeah,
more
because she
there.
could explain it. Yeah, I didn't get it, but she explained it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what that is. But yeah,
Yeah.
again, I would have loved it to be a little bit camper just because of what the brief was. But
Mm.
otherwise, stunning. Who knew that shade of red hair would suit Tia so much? Like, she was gorgeous.
Yeah, really gorgeous. Like, look, it's Tia Coffee, one of Tia's coffees. This is a great season for Tia Coffee. I'm just so
Mm-hmm.
thrilled for Tia. Like, I really think in some ways she can do no wrong. Like, she just has to
It's
be.
hers to lose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
unless someone does a sneaky, she's in that final.
Hmm. Hmm.
Crits and Delibs. They loved Hannah and Marina. They had energy. They kept up with each other. And yeah, but then they do make Hannah kind of justify her look a little bit. But it's all very positive.
We don't want to. We don't. Yeah, it was very kind because, like, I wanted someone to be like, "I hate it."
I was like, if Graham Norton was there, I reckon he would have been like, "That's fucked." But yeah, I was waiting for someone. I was waiting for someone to be like, "Ugh," but no, they were very nice.
Mm,
Sugars, and then Marina,
mm.
they're like, she's everything. Moment, she's a dancer. No surprises there. One of the judges was even like, "You could be on Strictly proper," and
Uh-huh,
I was like,
100%. Not even a
BBC,
question.
get her on.
Get her on now.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It was almost like they just sort of said, Marina was amazing and everyone else was okay. They could have just said that
There
at
will be no
Crits.
lip sync this week because Marina's already won.
Yeah.
So poor Hannah.
Yes.
They loved Scarlett's look.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
the tango, however, was missing a bit of chemistry from her and Choriza, and they
Mm.
read that Choriza was not comfortable dancing and that she
Yeah.
should have sort of jumped into the spotlight a bit more, but she was a bit shy.
I feel like Scarlett was serving that. She was trying to serve that tango drama because like that's just natural for her in the way she delivers drag.
Yeah,
But Choriza was just clowning, and I loved seeing them have fun. Like all of them had fun, all three pairs. But like it just, yeah, tango is so specific, and you're looking for something
exactly.
specific
Le
when you're
Grand
watching
Dame
it.
and Tia, they enjoyed. They could see the chemistry, including the kiss. RuPaul's like, was the kiss part of the choreography? And they're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Mm.
Great way to stay on a show. fake a romance. So good on them.
Mm.
They're playing. They're playing
Oh,
to
they are
stay.
dying for another Alaska Alaska situation where they like ex-boyfriends or people who are together. It's the ultimate drag race situation
Yeah,
that doesn't come up.
I'm surprised it
Nah.
doesn't happen very often, which is kind of surprising. But I think I think the drag scene is it's sisterly. It's not very rarely do you
Two
shag your
divas
sisters.
together just doesn't work, you know?
Mm, you need a drag. They
They
all
do.
want a drag husband who's like
Yes.
carrying the
Yep.
bags, and like Hannah's and Choriza's the drag husbands. And the results are in, and surprise, surprise, Hannah and Marina are in the top, and Scarlett and Choriza are in the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it all just that has is how it has to be, you know. Like I think every week of the show, it's like, and this is how it should be. Like every single week, like you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
yeah.
the Keita and elimination was like the only one where I went, yeah, you know, like
Mm,
really. Uh,
yeah, otherwise it's been pretty
mm,
straightforward
mm,
and
yeah.
fair feeling anyway. Hannah stoked backstage. Le Grand Dame is so funny. She's like, how does it feel, Hannah, that you already know you're about to lose another lip sync? It's like, you fucking bitch. But
So yeah.
correct. We're all thinking it.
Uh, but bless Hannah. Hannah's a good little lip syncer, you know. Like she brings the fun. Like you know, I've seen Hannah Conda. Like she's got the
Yeah.
drama, but
Yeah.
like
Give her a camp
yeah,
crack, but
yeah.
but that song, yeah, anyway, we'll get there. Teresa is pretty sure she's going. She's not Delulu. She knows that the track record doesn't lie and that it's pretty much her time is up.
You see she's been set free, man. You see even her attitude.
Yeah.
You see her attitude during crits. Even she didn't get too pressed when they were like, you know, you
Yeah.
just I'm
Yeah.
having a
She
good.
knows
She
it's
was like,
time.
it's written on in the stars, and it's kind of nice to see someone not in absolute state of trauma. It's almost like she's already gone through that, and now
Mm-hmm.
she's like, well, I got to have a good week before I leave.
Exactly. It's the way you want to go. And also, she chilled out a bit and
Yeah.
then was funnier on the show. So that was good. Hannah
Mm.
is a little bit torn though because Choriza and her are giggle buddies and they love each other. So it's track record versus
Yeah.
heart for her. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Hannah, it doesn't matter who you pick because your lipstick is not seeing the light of day, honey. Tia
Oh,
and the
bless.
Grand Dame are safe and they pretend to make out. They're like, do the whole slow mo pulling into each other, playing for the showmance angle. It was
No, that
good.
was great.
And then Teresa gets emotional again. She knows she's made sisters for life from this, and that's more important than £50,000, darling. Which is, yeah,
I
I
think
think
so.
so too.
I think so.
Then we get this flashback to Scarlett in like episode 2 saying, I'm not afraid to cut a big threat in this game. And Hannah's like, I don't think she
Yeah.
remembers that she said that, but it's the only time someone's kind of revealed that that's their strategy. Do you think she's genuine, or did she just say that to get some camera time at the start of the show?
It's it seemed like it tumbled out of her face hole in a kind of thoughtless way. I don't think it was like that, like you know what I mean? Because even when she's afterwards, she says it. She goes, "Well, I guess I've said that, so you know, like so I don't know that that's necessarily because if you hear this week, obviously her neck is on the chopping block, but she was saying, I think I know what's fair and what I think is fair. Like she was talking in that context, so I don't know that we can hold that much weight in Scarlett saying that, like because I mean, obviously she hasn't really had the opportunity to be a cutthroat
Mm,
bitch, you know. Anyway, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the vibe of this season, and I think she would lock onto that vibe pretty quickly.
yeah, absolutely. The lip sync. It's Release Me by Agnes. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, I love this song
I
so
love this song.
much. Have we
Yeah.
had it on this show before? I can't remember. Possibly, but
It doesn't. I don't think so, but it seems like one we should. It's a very much like
Oh,
I'm at the club and the drag queen
and
comes out with this, and you're like,
yes, yeah, so
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Mm.
Hannah is a little bit funny and cute, but Marina next to the emotion of the song, and that's really what does it. You can tell she's like, mm,
Her moves are they're just so precise. Like there's like a hard drum or something. She will never miss that with her hands or like I think she's very moved by
mm-hmm.
music. I mean, I think some people are bigger music fans than others as well. Like she's just I mean, obviously she's a dancer, obviously she's a drama queen, obviously she can do everything. But yeah, you're right. It's getting to that crux of what it's about. And I mean, I believe she was the one in the lip sync that like
Yeah,
grabbed Hannah and then they did
that
that
was
little
cute.
like dance. Maybe they
Mm,
planned that before, but it was really cool and I liked that. And I think Hannah did really well, you know, like she was having fun. She was
she
camp, she
did.
was doing
She definitely did
nah,
landslide lose, and she was still having
yeah,
fun in her own way, just in a very
yeah.
different lane than Marina. And then Marina also had like a reveal moment. It was, yeah, she came to fucking
Every
conquer
single thing
this
Marina does
show.
is like that level. Like it just feels like if Marina made a sandwich, it would be sandwich excellence. That's how I feel about Marina. Like it's like everything is like that level. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
sandwich, excellent. So Marina wins her third badge, which is crazy, and it's no surprise who's on the lipstick. We say goodbye to Sister Choriza. I'll be Yeah. I'll be interested to see Hannah's lipstick next week. Hopefully she also picked Choriza, because if she
Uh-oh.
did pick
Oh
Scarlett, who's
God.
still there,
Uh-oh.
that's gonna put a target on her. So hopefully she played that right, because yeah, the chances of her winning
Yeah, I'd be
weren't
very surprised
high.
if she pulls out Scarlett, even though she did say I think they just were
Yeah,
throwing that out
she
there,
would
like,
have.
I don't have as much a relationship with Scarlett and I'm a giggle buddy with, just as like just that doubt, throw that shade of doubt. But we'll see. We'll see next week. It'll be interesting. God, we don't have
We'll
much time
see.
left on this series. It's crazy. Like they're gonna announce a
And
winner soon.
I know 2 weeks left. So funny callback here. Marina's entrance line. She said she was going to give the colonizers the chop. And fun, fun, fun fact from Twitter. I found this post, a tweet. Someone's like, March 16, 1521. The Spanish Empire discovered the Philippines through Portuguese Ferdinand Meligan. March 16, 2024, 503 years later. I'm a Filipina. Marina Summers chopped the Spanish Queen Theresa May through BBC Three Channel.
I love the nerds. How
Amazing.
great are the nerds? That's some good stuff.
How good's it? Love a nerd. Love a history
Hmm.
lesson. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Stunning. Marina's certainly got a target on her back now, though, with the 3 badges.
Mm.
And next week is a roast, which I don't know if comedy is going to be her strong suit. So we'll see about
She did
that.
okay in Reading is Fundamental. She did that line. She
That's
did that
right.
Choriza May, you may not. I loved that. Like that was one of my
That,
favorite lines.
that was good.
But yeah, who knows? Who knows who is going to do well? Hannah, I would assume, is going to do well at a roast. Uh, and that's where she's going to hopefully shine and hopefully maybe finally get an elusive badge because I think, they're going to need a reason to keep Hannah, even though Hannah's done fantastically, really, throughout the whole competition. The level is
Mm.
just so high.
I think if she's getting a badge, it's next for
Yeah.
a comedy chops. But yeah, if not, she could just be the safe queen the whole season. Poor
Which
thing.
you know what is pretty bloody good. Like if you
It
if you if
is.
you go through the whole of Drag Race as safe, it's like
Well,
wow,
it's
that's all right.
yeah. This format, it's even harder to get those badges because Rue can decide you've won, which like she's won 2 weeks challenges, but
Yeah,
then you've got to like also beat the other queen on the
yeah,
lip sync. So it's extra hard to win, and you've got some just stunning performers there. So,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
Hannah,
It's a good season. It's a good little
it's
season
good.
I love how it's like sort of jam packed into these 8 episodes. I think it means they're trying as best as possible to cut the chaff a little bit and
Yeah.
just get to the core of pretty good challenges. So a roast challenge is a classic drag
It's my
race
favorite.
challenge.
Cannot wait.
In a UK context, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to talking to you about it next week for
Me
sure.
too. I'll see you then, Jane.
I will talk to you then. Bye bye.